Bernadette, your cornucopia, here wishing you a happy Thanksgiving for your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading on this Thursday, November 26, 2020. Now, Thanksgiving is a tremendously polarizing holiday. Not just because families get together and, and it's the main event, they're duking it out. And, somebody's got to leave with hurt feelings and no pumpkin pie for you. And, the more that we have come to understand that the history we were taught in schools, at least here in America, may not be the accurate representation of what actually happened. And, for those of us who are animal lovers, the things that go on for turkeys on Thanksgiving is deplorable. And so I'm not going to go down any of those rabbit holes. There's no reason to do that. I assume, yes, I assume you guys have an awareness of all of these things. And so if you don't, if you don't know more of the truer history of Thanksgiving, there is an article below. It's a pretty good article from the Washington Post that this gal has written a couple of times. And it will kind of clue you into the traditions that we celebrate. A, may or may not be accurate. And B, again, it's a really double-sided coin to the Native American culture. There are many, many reasons that the Native Americans eschew and reject Thanksgiving, and rightly so. And there are many, many reasons that there are Native Americans who get together with their families and use the day as a celebration of all kinds of things, and rightly so. Meaning there's always two ways to look at things. And what that means, let me just get to the card and let me explain the card. Today's card is the Ace of Pentacles, which is the buffalo. Now, did this card randomly come out today like cards always do? I shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Whatever card wants to be pulled, it's pulled. No. Today, Spirit asked me to deliberately deliver this card to you all for so many reasons, and all of them having to do with the things that we just mentioned about, the double-sided coin of Thanksgiving. So no matter where you stand on any of those things, it is important that today of all days, because Thursday is the heart chakra day. And what that means is when there is such a concentration on one thing, it creates an entity that is a living and breathing thing. It's real, it's alive. And that means that its energy, even if you're like, hey, who cares about Thanksgiving? And, you're off having chicken soup or, Chinese food or something somewhere. How do you get away from the energies that are created by millions and millions of people all focused on the same thing? Some of them focused on the positive, some of them focused on the negative, and then some folks kind of, somewhere in the middle. The energy is going to affect you. So it's really important today that you come from a place in your heart every single moment of today. The other thing is the ruling planet of Thursday is Jupiter. That is the planet of expansion and let's get things done and let's go and let's go and let's go. That can be a really great thing, right? Let's say that you are at a family event and, somebody has a little too much nippy nip and gets cantankerous and ends up, leaving. No pie for you if you're that person that makes that disturbance. No pumpkin pie for you and no stuffing. That's it. So, you might be the archetype where you're the peacemaker, or you're the one that gets entangled with somebody, or you're the protector, or you're, whatever archetype you are, you're the runner and hider. It doesn't matter. The point is that whichever archetype you are, given all the heightened energies of today, you may be more compelled than normal to be more of that archetype than normal, or than on an average day. So pay really close attention to that, because so many of you guys are not going to be able to physically be with your families today. Oh my God, my heart breaks for you. I'm sending you so many extra prayers and blessings. The good news of that, though, see the other side of the coin, because remember, it is the Ace of Pentacles. It's about coins today, and we're going to get to White Buffalo. The other side of that coin is at least you can be with them in some way. You can FaceTime, you can Skype, you can Zoom. There's, you can Facebook Messenger video. There's a billion technologies out there for you to use so that you can see your families on this day. And there are a lot of people who can't do that, people who can't afford the technology, people who don't know how to use the technology. Um, and so just remember that as you go through your day, that today is a day of thanks. Today is a day to be humble. And today is a day to, you know what? My archetype in my family is I truly is the cornucopia. Always got a joke, always got a laugh. That's me. And so, and I will probably be the one today that has a little too much of my world famous sangria. And God knows I'll be telling stupid jokes at some point today, and then they'll usher me off to the fire pit, and it'll be fun. Actually, it's not really all like that, but it'll be fun. So let's take a look at the traditional meanings of the Ace of Pentacles. And I just, for a day like today, when we are just giving the thanks that we're giving, when we've got a whole day that the focus on it, no matter how misguided or misinformed we might be about the origins of this, okay, it matters, but we can also take that opportunity to focus on the things that will help the situation overall and drive all of the energy forward in a very positive manner, this is so cool. I love this card. I mean, who doesn't love one of the ace cards in the, in the tarot? And I use my deck, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is based on the Rider-Waite deck and all the Rider-Waite tarot card meanings. The Ace of Pentacles is about new beginnings. It's about the promise of success and matters relating to the material existence. Yay! But most importantly, it shows us how the success is gained. And what that means is, man, I know a lot of dreamers, and I love to be around dreamers because they can dream the biggest dreams, and then nothing ever gets accomplished. And that's fine, because we love the dreamers of dreams. And I love the doers of dreams, because bringing a dream into existence has a special magic all of its own, right? So when the Ace of Pentacles tells you, it shows you how to gain your success, think of it as whatever dream that you're dreaming, whatever you want to do, you're the seed. And in a seed, right? In a seed is all the information, all the anything that seed is going to need to take root, to grow. Then the plant or the tree or the shrub or the bush, it just blossoms. And then there's this great fertile crop, right? That's an outline for the basic principles of a happy life. You guys, somebody asked me the other day, actually the very lovely gentleman who edits my videos is and a dear friend of mine. We were talking about self-actualization, because somebody had asked me, well, why do you do what you do? Like, what led you to want to work with spirit, totem, and power animals and shamanism and, all of that kind of thing? And really, it's to help people self-actualize. It's to help with their self-improvement. It's to help, with their personal power. Because once those things are in place, then, oh my gosh, the things that you guys do, that you contribute to yourself and to the world, it's breathtaking. It's awe-inspiring. So you'll probably hear me mention a lot about self-actualization and, how to marry spirit, totem, and power animal work and shamanism with that, because really, you may term it, I'm spiritually awakening, or I'm, having this spiritual journey, or it's part of my spiritual path. Okay, but you wouldn't be pursuing it unless there was a means to an end, unless it was giving you something of value. And that is what the Ace of Pentacles is all about. It asks you to take a look at what kind of seed you are, how you want to be planted, where you want to be planted, and then it gives you the blueprint for understanding that, like a seed, your health, your prosperity, it needs loving care to realize its full potential. It's like life, prosperity, and happiness are divine gifts, and they're meant to be accepted and cherished, not questioned, because they are divine and they're naturally yours. It's your natural birthright. Everybody is entitled to these gifts, especially you. If you're watching this video today, I'll bet a dime to a donut or a dime to a pumpkin pie or a mincemeat pie or apple pie or whatever y'all are having for Thanksgiving today. I'll bet you're a person that struggles with that. I bet you are. Not anymore, because White Buffalo and the Ace of Pentacles, it's here to help you out. Now, it's also a quick start guide, the Ace of Pentacles. When this card shows up for you, as it has today, you know you're not looking at something down the road. It's like when people say to me, this is my favorite thing, when people want to start something new. Well, I know I've got to put in my time, and I've got to, take my lumps and go through my initiation. Why? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you just blink your eyes and everything is set into motion and it happens because you give it a date when it's going to happen? And when you say it the other way, it's a never-ending thing. You never know when that's going to happen. Well, think about a sword. When a sword goes to cut, it'll cut swift and true and clean. And that can be whenever, and that doesn't have to be negative. So today, you're going to cut through all the stories that you've been telling yourself of why you're not succeeding in the material world, right? We're just going to cut all that nonsense out. We're going to save the parts of that. We're going to put that in the recycle bin, or the not the recycle bin. Someone will write me and tell me, I can't think of it, y'all. The compost. Thank you. You're going to put that in the compost bin. You're going to let it compost, and then you're going to use those outdated and unnecessary, belief systems. You're going to use that to compost your newer, more positive way of thinking, because the Ace of Pentacles and White Buffalo is by your side. Now, you guys can read all about even more of the meanings of the Ace of Pentacles. The link will be down in the comments below. However, I want to be clear about one thing. The hedge of roses that's in this card signifies a moral code that allows you to walk this spiritual path. You never know what someone's going through. They don't know what you're going through. It is impossible to judge 100% accurately. And so if today or any day that you are working with the Ace of Pentacles and White Buffalo, I really encourage you to include the removal of judgment and knee-jerk reactions and getting lippy with people, because remember, this is a card of humbleness. I have truly worked my way through having those immediate thoughts and reactions and going through, well, what I want to say or what I would say, or, because that's a waste of time, and you have no more time. I don't care if you're 18 years old watching this. I don't care if you're 118 years old watching this. Every second that goes by that you spend on negativity, thinking about negativity, planting the seeds of negativity, fertilizing the seeds of negativity, that does not serve your moral code, and it does not serve your higher purpose. And no, I'm not telling you how to be moral or not, or ethical or not. The Ace of Pentacles is giving you a blueprint. The Ace of Pentacles is giving you a blueprint of how to, live your best, most wild and free life. And you can do it. I know you can. You wouldn't be watching this video. You wouldn't be all up into the arc and the spirit, totem, and power animals if you weren't ready to be wild, to be free, to live the life you want on your own terms. I know that you're moving towards it. I know you're doing it, and I'm so proud of you. I give thanks for you, because oh my gosh, you're the people that are changing the world, right? Oh, I'm getting all teary-eyed. Okay, so all that said, let's move on to White Buffalo. Pardon me, one of my favorite animals. Okay, now, White Buffalo, let's be clear about that. That is a totem that is pretty connected with the, bison and buffalo. They're connected with the Native American culture, and then over in the Asian cultures where they have buffalo, because ours really is actually the American bison and not the buffalo. They have their own stories and myths and that kind of thing about them. However, pardon me, y'all, I do want to take the opportunity to say that buffalo and any kind of spirit, totem, and power animal is not trademarked by the Native American culture. I have a deep honor and deep respect, and I absolutely know in other lifetimes I was part of that culture. I know it at my core being. Nobody famous, just just a man or a woman, you know, going about my Native American business, doing my thing. But I feel like that about a lot of cultures because you know, I believe we're all one and we always have been since the beginning of time. So that said, Native Americans revere white buffalo among the most sacred animals. And it's because, listen, it provided them everything. I mean, their food, their clothing, and in their culture, um, you know, they gave honor to the animals that sacrificed their lives to keep them alive. So when, you know, when they have their buffalo dances or their buffalo medicine, it really is about encouraging us to share those gifts, share the blessings that the universe provides, and think of everything. I love the wheel, right? It's receive, give, welcome, bestow, and repeat. Receive, give, welcome, bestow, repeat. And that's the wheel. That's the whole medicine wheel, which, by the way, I promise this is not a plug, but I'm just so excited to share it. um, I've created a medicine wheel reading, and I'm in the process of putting the last parts of that together. Man, I'm having some seriously profound experiences with my test clients with this, and they are just like, "Why weren't you doing this years ago?" And I was like, I don't know, but it's coming. I'll tell you all about it probably within the next few weeks. But the wheel thing is all about today, right? And just remember when you are interacting, maybe today focus on being the white buffalo. Maybe instead of today calling in the white buffalo, maybe you could see your way clear to be the white buffalo. Receive, give, welcome, bestow, repeat. Okay? Now, I am going to share a picture, or maybe it's over this way. Yeah, it's going to be over this way, of me meeting Cowboy the buffalo at an animal sanctuary, Mystic Jungle in High Springs. And he doesn't look as big as he was in the picture, but this old boy's head was about the size of a Ford Escort. I never saw anything so big in my life. And it was another day I almost died. We ran out of apples, and that made Cowboy mad. That made Cowboy mad. And he came after us with his horns doing this, and I said, "Run, Forrest, run!" But it was one of the great joys of my life, because I've been fascinated by bison and buffalo my whole life. And I bring up the me of that because when you start to want to tap into an animal energy, it can be so powerful for you if you know how important that animal is to a particular culture. And to the Native American culture, again, their entire being, their well-being, their very life depended much on bison, on buffalo. And so it can really, that can really speak to independence. It can speak to, not when you depend on something, but when you take the responsibility to go out and get what it is that you need, when you go out and get what you want. Yes. Did they hunt as a tribe? Yes. Did they, you know, maybe not. Maybe, you know, there were solo, you know, folks that hunted in other ways. But at the end of the day, and you know, buffalo do move around in herds. They do, but it's the taking the responsibility of something that gives you the independence. And it really does. I know I sound like I'm playing both sides of a fence, but I really am not. It's almost like, and when I do this and I look up, you guys, I'm hearing what Spirit is telling me. I did a very, very deep meditation before this video. It's really about maintaining your independence and your identity, no matter what the herd is around you. And when people say we can't choose our family, I got a different opinion of that. I really believe we have sacred contracts and we choose what families to come into. We all make an agreement, you know, everybody in, shake, woo! Um, and then we dive in. So just remember, if you're in a family or with a family today, or even with a group of people where you are the white buffalo, you know, you might be the odd man out. Be the white buffalo. Be okay with that and understand that your independence and you're staying true to your authentic voice and who you are. Um, it's a magical, just a magical power that you have. And I know you can do it. I absolutely know you can. So, one more thing I want to say about white buffalo. It is a very solid, large presence on this earth. And when they move as a herd and you hear that thundering, 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 understand that you can have that effect on this world independently by being wild and free. You can heal the world, heal yourself. You can create any kind of reality and live any kind of life you want, because when you thunder through this world, when you gallop or you run across this earth, and that can be metaphorically from your energy, from your thoughts, from your words, from your deeds, you are sending out just this great thrum, this beat that may even be the heartbeat of Mother Gaia. And when people hear that, because I have been, I went to Arizona a year and a half ago, and they have a big old herd of buffalo and bison. And when those 30 odd something little giant boogers came thundering towards the truck to get their apples, you could feel that truck rattle, and you could hear that brumph, 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 the half mile away that they were. And all I could do was sit there and let that sound go just through my body. And this message may be coming because maybe y'all are going to be part of a drum circle tonight. I don't know. If you are, please give up special prayers and offerings for white buffalo, special prayers and offerings for the Native American culture. They are they're a very everyone's special, but we all have cultures that we identify with very heavily, and I greatly identify with that culture, and honestly any culture that has been had the kind of thing. But I'm from a Jewish background, so I greatly identify with cultures that have had things done to them that ought not to have been done. And so today, again, you know what? Be the cornucopia, be the white buffalo. Maybe there's some kind of special music or drumming or rhythm or sound therapy. Remember just saying I love you, saying, hi everybody instead of hey everybody. That's a special kind of sound therapy. Be that person today. Ace of Pentacles, white buffalo. It will make sure that everything comes full circle, that in your own personal medicine wheel, you have all of those blessings that you're giving coming back to you. And I can't wait to hear all of the stories. So, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. I love you so much. Oh, I hope your sacred day is just something very, very special. And today of all days, when you keep Ace of Pentacles and white buffalo energy with you, remember, your job is to stay wild.